All right, folks, picture this. Me, Jack. I'm driving home after a long afternoon of grocery shopping, just wanting to chill on the couch with a cold beer. I pull my car neatly into the driveway, haven't even opened the door yet, and bam! Linda, that snooty HOA manager from Pinewood, is standing right on my property line, hands on her hips, glaring at me like I just robbed a bank. Her face is all smug, like I'm queen of this place, and she's holding that thick HOA rule book, wrapped in plastic like it's the Declaration of Independence. I'm thinking, oh Lord, what is it now? Before I can even get the groceries out of the trunk, Linda marches up, points at my car, a sleek gray SUV, no logos, nothing, and barks, "Jack, that vehicle is in violation of HOA regulations. It looks like a commercial vehicle, and those are strictly prohibited in this community." Her voice is shrill, louder than the birds chirping somewhere nearby. I'm standing there dumbfounded, looking at the car and then back at Linda, like, "Commercial vehicle? What are you talking about?" But Linda's not listening. She flips open the rule book and reads a long, drawn-out passage about vehicles prohibited from parking on properties overnight. I swear, the way she was reading it, you'd think she was performing on Broadway. Then the drama escalates. Linda puffs up her chest, her high bun bouncing with every word. "I'm giving you one final warning, Jack. Move that vehicle immediately, or I will have it towed at your expense." I try to stay calm, take a deep breath, and reply, "Linda, this is my personal car, not a commercial vehicle. Just calm down." But no. Linda's eyes gleam with satisfaction, like, "Let's see what you can do about it." She pulls out her phone, dials a number, and smirks. At this point, I vaguely hear the old man next door whispering to his wife, "Here we go again with Linda. This is going to be good." Right on cue, Linda turns to me and declares, "The tow truck is on its way, Jack. Prepare to cry." I'm standing there, blood starting to boil, thinking, "You want to play? Let's play." Folks, the drama's just getting started. Don't forget to hit like if you've ever dealt with an HOA like this. The next part is even crazier. Okay, folks, at this point, there I am, Jack, still holding my grocery bags, looking at Linda like she just landed from another planet. I try to explain, as gently as possible, "Linda, just hear me out. This isn't a commercial vehicle, it's just a regular family car." But Linda won't listen. She crosses her arms, nose pointing to the sky, and replies in a voice as sour as vinegar, "Jack, don't argue with me. I'm the HOA president. I know the rules here better than you." Then she flips open the rule book again, points to a tiny line of text, and reads it out as if she were giving a presentation to the whole neighborhood. Vehicles with an appearance resembling commercial vehicles are strictly prohibited from overnight parking. Period! Exclamation mark. I swear, the way she emphasized the word period made me want to laugh, but I was mostly just furious. I take a breath, trying to keep my cool. "Linda, look closely. There are no logos, no advertisements, nothing to prove it's a commercial vehicle." But Linda won't even look. She turns sharply to me, eyes lighting up as if she'd struck gold. "Don't tell me how to do my job, Jack. Rules are rules, and I've already called the tow truck." I'm speechless. "What? You actually called a tow truck?" Linda nods, smirking like, "You're done for," and pulls out her phone to check, probably seeing how long the tow truck will take to arrive. At this point, I hear giggling from the fence next door. Mrs. Susan next door is probably spying on the drama, pretending to cough to cover it up. The conflict is really heating up. I drop the grocery bags on the ground, sorry, oranges, and step closer to Linda. "You have no right to tow my car just because you think it's in violation. This is my property." But Linda doesn't budge. She stands tall, her bun bouncing with every word. "So what if it's your property? The HOA has authority over this entire Pinewood community, and if I say it goes, it goes." I can feel the blood rushing to my head, my hands clenching into fists, but I'm still trying to hold back. "Linda, if you do this, don't blame me." She hears this and scoffs. "Blame? We'll see who's laughing last, Jack." Around us, neighbors are starting to peek out of their windows, whispers spreading through the street. One old guy even yells, "Fight her, Jack! Don't let her win!" I'm standing there, unable to do anything but watch Linda gloat as if she's conquered the world. The tow truck hasn't arrived yet, but I know this drama is about to explode. Folks, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next part. I promise Linda will get what's coming to her soon. All right, folks, right as Jack here, am standing there, hands still clenched because I'm so mad at Linda. I hear a rumbling engine from down the street. The tow truck's here, a huge truck, lights flashing, rolling slowly like it's showing off, stopping right in front of my driveway. Linda claps her hands together, her face beaming like she just won a gold medal. See, Jack? I do what I say. I turn to snap back, but then I hear the screech of other tires. Emily, my wife's white SUV, just pulled into the driveway. The door opens. Emily steps out, sunglasses still on, walking with that calm, I'm in control kind of way. I look at Linda, smirking to myself. Oh, you're about to get it. Emily walks straight over, her voice ice cold. What's going on here, Jack? I point towards Linda, replying shortly. This woman called a tow truck to tow your car, saying it's a commercial vehicle. Linda, still not realizing what's happening, puffs up her chest. That's right. That vehicle violates HOA regulations, and I have full authority to deal with it. Emily takes off her sunglasses, glances at her gray SUV, the one Linda's been dying to tow, then turns to me, asking, My car? I nod, trying not to laugh. Yeah, it's your work vehicle. Emily looks at Linda, saying slowly, I'm an undercover police officer. That's an unmarked police vehicle. Why did you call a tow truck for it? I swear that scene was worth $1 million. Linda's face freezes like someone just splashed her with ice water, her mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. She stammers, What? What? Police? No way. The tow truck driver, a big guy with a backwards cap, steps out, hears this, and bursts out laughing. You called me to tow a police car? That's priceless. Linda's face turns red, clutching her rule book, trying to defend herself. I didn't know. It doesn't have any markings. How was I supposed to know? But Emily doesn't let up, stepping closer, her voice calm but sharp. You don't need to know. You almost broke the law, and I don't appreciate that one bit. The neighbors are all gathered now like they're watching a movie. Mrs. Susan yells from her balcony, Linda, you're done for now! The old man next door is chuckling, and the kids are running around pointing. Linda looks back and forth, her face pale, finally yelling, This is all a misunderstanding. But no one believes her. I stand there, arms crossed, watching Linda dig her own grave, thinking to myself, Karma's a batch. Folks, don't forget to hit like if you think Linda got what she deserved. The next part is even funnier. All right, folks, right then and there, I, Jack, am standing there, arms crossed, watching Linda drown in the mess she created. The tow truck driver, after laughing his head off, walks over, pats Linda on the shoulder. Hey, lady, you called me out here, and even if the car can't be towed, you still gotta pay the fee. $75, hand it over. Linda glares, face as red as a ripe tomato, yelling, I'm not paying anything. This is his fault, and points at me. But Emily, my wife, steps forward, hands on her hips, her voice calm but as sharp as a knife. No, Linda, this is your fault. You called a tow truck to tow a police car, my car, without a legal reason. Linda's jaw drops, about to argue. But just then, a patrol car cruises by, lights flashing, then stops right in front of the driveway. The officer steps out, hat pulled low, looking around. Who called a tow truck for a police vehicle? I point to Linda, shrugging. Yep, that'd be her. Linda stumbles, her rulebook falling to the ground with a thud, stammering, I didn't know it was a police car. The officer shakes his head, pulls out a notepad, writing it all down, his voice even. Intentionally interfering with police property is a serious offense. You'll be receiving a summons. The neighbors are all gathered in a crowd now, whispers spreading. Mrs. Susan yells from her balcony, Linda, you can't weasel your way out of this one. I stand there grinning, thinking to myself, oh, looks like Linda's about to lose all her credibility in Pinewood. But the drama doesn't stop there. A few days later, my phone rings. Guess who's calling? Someone from the city office, saying they just received a complaint about Linda abusing her power from a ton of neighbors. They investigated and, oh my God, turns out Linda not only was bossy, but also embezzled a whopping $8,000 from the HOA fund. She took the money for road repairs and lawn mowing to buy handbags and spa treatments and faked invoices to cover it up. The city didn't hesitate, slapped a $15,000 fine on Linda's face, plus an indictment for fraud. Linda hears the news, runs over to knock on my door, face tearful. "Jack, please tell them it's all a misunderstanding." I shrug. "Linda, you dug your own grave, now lie in it." The Pinewood neighborhood erupted in joy. The old guys brought out beer, clinking glasses in the street, Mrs. Susan singing loudly. Linda officially became the joke of the year. Folks, if you think Linda got what she deserved, don't forget to hit like. The ending is even sweeter, I promise. All right, folks, here we are. The story of Linda, the HOA Queen of Pinewood, officially comes to an end, and it ends in the sweetest way possible. After the investigation, the city not only fined Linda $15,000, but also dragged her to court for embezzlement and abuse of power. I, Jack here, remember as if it were yesterday the day she stood before the judge, her bun deflated, no trace of her former arrogance. The judge banged the gavel, and bang, declared, "Linda Thompson, 2 years, 6 months in prison for fraud and community harassment." Linda heard this, her face drained of all color, clutching the chair as if trying to cling to some last bit of power. The police handcuffed her, led her out of the courtroom, and I swear the sound of the handcuffs clinking was music to my ears. The Pinewood neighborhood felt like a weight had been lifted. The HOA disbanded immediately afterward. No one wanted anything to do with the mess Linda left behind. The neighbors held a meeting, voted to abolish the association in 5 minutes, and applauded as if they'd just won the World Cup. The old guys dragged out speakers, blasting music, something Linda used to fine up to $100 each time, and Mrs. Susan even hung a Goodbye Linda sign in her yard. Emily and I sat on our porch, watching everyone laugh and talk, feeling like we'd just escaped from prison. Emily took a sip of coffee, smiling slightly. "Finally some peace and quiet, huh?" I nodded, thinking to myself, yeah, quiet indeed, and a victory too. What about Linda? After 5 years of tormenting the neighborhood with her ridiculous rules, from fining lawns with grass over 2 inches tall to banning Christmas lights, she's now lost everything. I heard that after getting out of prison, Linda is banned from ever being involved in any HOA again. Her assets were seized to pay off debts, and she had to move out of Pinewood because no one would sell her a house. I saw her one last time when the police car drove her away, her bitter eyes glancing at me through the window. I just waved, grinning. "Sweet dreams in there, Linda!" The neighbors stood around, some even applauding me like an action movie star. Now, Pinewood is a true paradise. Kids ride their bikes everywhere, yards are full of flowers, and no one's afraid of getting fined. Emily and I sit on the porch every evening, watching the sunset, enjoying the peace that Linda once stole from us. Folks, if you found this ending satisfying, don't forget to subscribe. I promise to tell more real-life dramas when I get the chance.